4DA is a solution-based national reform agenda to help students succeed that is community-driven by the people who are closest to children rather than those who have never set a foot into a classroom. By launching a series of town halls, teach-ins, workshops, and other events in 11 cities and towns across our nation.
What's happening tonight is so promising in building relationships that will provide a foundation to move forward and work together.
And please freely share ideas, thoughts, and respect.
People need to know that their voice matters. And when you get together in a town hall meeting and someone says to you, you may use your voice, we will hear you, that makes a huge difference.
It's a language barrier. It's not that parents don't want to come and be involved. It's that they don't understand what you're talking about when you say things like achievement gap, big AYP.
I think it's also important for the community to understand that the union is a force for positive change. If we can focus on one or two things that we can change and work towards that, I think that's how we'll move forward as a district and as a city.
So we need to talk about parents who have multiple jobs and need caregivers, and we need to talk about those wraparound services that need to occur.
We're from Group 5, and everyone had the opportunity to take 3 stickers and put them next to the issues that were most important to them. And it's definitely a great start. I think that we can go somewhere from here.
What makes a child gifted is arms outstretched, willing to accept and unwrap the gift that is inside of every child's heart and mind. Now, I am here for yours. Will you be there for mine? Thank you.
If the teacher needs some support, let's help that teacher. If the community is not doing their part, let's help the community, because we're all three there trying to help that student stay afloat. So it's not about finger pointing.
I have a vested interest in the future of Philadelphia and the interests of our children.
Teachers have been bid against parents and vice versa, and I think that this is an absolutely amazing turning point that we're now coming together and saying, wait a minute, we have the same goal. Why are we letting these outside sources convince us that we want different things?
10 characteristics of what you would want in your school.
If there's anything that is going on in your school that you don't agree with, just step up.
If you do not speak up, nothing is going to change, but when you do speak up, you can make incredible things happen.
I'd like to welcome you to the historic Marshall High School, a place where we can organize to defend public education.
Whose schools?
Sharing that dialogue so people can be informed.
Even the state is acknowledging it's not an appropriate test at all.
By being informed, you make great leaders and you can defend yourself.
And I think that one of the solutions to that is to insist on an alternative assessment.
We're just seeing this explosion of tests. There are more and more and more every year. So I think the CTU has been out in front on these questions.
That will also close the schools of those students.
We're allying with people in our community who understand, who are in our schools, who know that teachers give them everything that we have.
And I think the ideas we came up with as a group, as a collective group here today, if we put all of those things into action, I really think mobilizing a grassroots movement is our only chance to make a really big impact.